Hey everybody, what's up? It's Emilio Despirito and I'm here with Steve Martel. We are Engel and Völkers Real Estate, and we're excited because we've decided to expand into the East Bay market, which encompasses some of the best seaside communities in the state of Rhode Island and some of the best people and places to go. So I want to give a quick shout out to Naturally Divine. This is his wife Lauren's shop here in Bristol, right on Hope. You got to check it out, right on the parade route. Steve, we're excited to have you, man. Welcome to Engel Völkers, man.
I love that I'm getting the opportunity to work with you, Emilio. I've been waiting for an opportunity like this, and I can't wait to get started.
Yeah, man, thank you so much. And we're really excited that you put your faith in the brand, and Joe and I and everybody down at Engel Völkers, Namra, everybody else that's supporting us and really helping with the growth here. I give you a ton of credit for jumping right in. You're on the ground floor of a really amazing brand and place. We're really excited to be with you too. You've got quite the background, and we like to look for a certain type of people to lead our shops, okay? And so I'd love for people to learn a little bit more about who Steve Martel is. Can you give us an idea?
Yeah, so I've been in the East Bay my entire life. A few short stints outside of Rhode Island. I moved to Florida briefly. I was in Connecticut in college. But 99% of my life has been right here in Bristol and Warren. My family, my mom, my dad have grown up here. I am fully entrenched in this community, and I honestly wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's like quite the place. This place is thriving all year round, but especially during 4th of July. It's like no other place. We'll get into that in a bit. So you're a family man, you're married. Aside from being a dad and an awesome real estate advisor. You crushed it the past few years. You got a background in sales and all that. You do coaching, and you're a coach here in the community. Can you talk about the sports that you coach?
Sure. I started coaching 20 years ago. I started with youth wrestling. I grew up wrestling with my buddies as a kid. Mm-hmm. They're still my best friends today. A lot of them are still right here in the East Bay.
Do you guys still wrestle?
Well,
mud pit.
There was a few years where we did. That was our workouts. We used to work out, and we'd roll around, and we got into jiu-jitsu and stuff like that.
That is sick. Jiu-jitsu, yeah.
From wrestling, I got into football, Little League baseball, and my football coaching career has gone on now for 12 years. And most recently just joined on with the local Mount Hope High School football team.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm at the age now where kids that I've coached, I'm now coaching alongside, so it's all come full circle. But for me, that's the fun part. There's nothing better than walking down the street and seeing one of your ex-athletes, thriving at 20, 25 years old, and they're all starting to become professionals, and it's really rewarding when they see you and they literally will run across the street just to catch up with you, and that's what I love about this community and being involved in that regard.
What do they call you? Is it Coach Steve, Coach Martel?
It's always Coach. It's always Coach. Yeah, it's always Coach. Man. It doesn't really vary too much.
Coaches play such an important role in people's lives in all given things, and I remember, my dad was my soccer coach for years. And him and my assistant coaches and stuff, the lessons you learn as a kid and in sports, through adolescence and whatnot are absolutely vital. They're huge. And you notice a huge difference between kids that are out playing sports, being coached by awesome people, getting the advice that sometimes they don't even get at home. That's absolutely huge. And that was one of the major factors that Joe and I were like, this guy, Steve, he's got it. You've been selling real estate for what, 4 years?
It's my fourth year.
Fourth year. And before that, you were selling what?
I was in
sandwich
the food,
meat?
Sandwich meat. I was in food sales for 15. Right, and a big bulk of my business was right here in the East Bay. I work here, I live here, I play here,
love it.
I coach here, and I love it here.
Do you know what I used to do before selling real estate?
No.
Toilet paper and urinal kits.
That's right, I did know that.
Door to door.
I did know that, yeah.
That was awful.
It was awful. It was awful. It was awful.
But now we're selling mansions.
We are.
And everything else.
We are. And for me, there's nothing more rewarding than that day when you get to welcome somebody home. It's like a great feeling.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's really amazing. And one of the other best parts about it, and here's the deal, right, is when you jump into real estate, or when you're a real estate advisor for years and years and years, there's always things that are changing, right? Laws are changing in real estate. Technology is changing in real estate. The way the business is done as a whole, the way the world moves, the way money moves, all this stuff is always ever changing. And, we felt being aligned with the right type of people, with the right type of brokerage really is super important for the future of real estate agents here in Rhode Island and here in our marketplace. There's a lot of disruptors. There's a lot of things that are going on, right? We've got iBuyers. We've got, Wall Street creeping in more and more and more to real estate through iBuyers or through, other places like Redfin, right? Redfin discount brokerages and whatnot. And all of this stuff we believe is not the best choice for the consumer because there's oftentimes a lot of money left on the table, a lack of service, and a whole different experience for the consumer. So instead, we hire professionals. We have advisors, we have coaches, we have people that are here with us, well ingrained in the community, know all the back roads, know all the streets, know all the business owners, know everywhere that you need to know, everybody you need to know in each community, but more importantly, know how to navigate the process from start to finish and how to help people grow their careers and more importantly, thrive. So Steve was an awesome addition for us. We're really excited to have you here. Is there anything else that we should know about Steve Martel?
With me, as far as the real estate portion of it goes, I once had a boss in the food world, and he would end every single sales meeting that we had, and it stuck with me for 20 years now. And it's always, if you do the work, the money will follow.
True.
And when in this industry where we're writing our own paychecks and there is no steady flow of income, it can be intimidating. And I always tell people, if you lay the foundation, you never have to worry about falling off the roof. And I really believe that. And I think if you do things the right way, you're never going to be wanting for anything.
Correct.
And you'll be able to handle any kind of hardship that comes, any kind of, slump that you're in, or anything like that. If you lay the right foundation, you never have to worry. And I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't agree with you more. And sometimes it's just breaking things down to the basics, right? And I was taught when I jumped in the industry, like, never ever count your commission check before the thing closes because you haven't done your job yet. And like that really stuck with me too, because in this business, you gotta expect to lose sometimes.
Sure.
And you gotta give more than you expect to get. And when you do, and when you figure that out, and when you're writing content, putting content out there, connecting with the community, being involved with everybody, I mean, it just organically happens. It really does. And that's the hardest part for people to get, right? Because everybody wants everything now. And while there's ways to start business and get it going now, realistically, it's all about consistency.
100%. I feel like if you're chasing a paycheck, you're constantly going to be chasing a paycheck.
Yeah.
When what you really should be doing is trying to build your foundation, you build your client base, you build your network, and it grows organically.
Yeah.
And even on those days where you feel lost, right? I mean, as advisors and agents, there's always days where we wake up and we're like, geez, I really don't have anything to do today. But if you start with one phone call or one email or
changes
or one cold call, whatever the case may be, you watch how fast that snowballs into a productive day. But you have to have the self-discipline to actually go ahead and do that. A lot of people will wake up feeling that way and just sort of throw up their hands and walk away. Or you can do those three things and try to make, what wasn't a great morning into a good day.
Let's talk about your morning routine. You've got an awesome morning routine. This is another thing that I really liked about Steve, because some of the most successful people that I've met, some of the most successful people in the world, have a similar morning routine.
So I wake up every day at the same time. Every morning I get up, I try to exercise right out of the gate. I try to have some quiet time to myself. And then, lately I have kids, so that involves getting them off to school, doing the parent thing.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
I wake up at 5:30.
5:30. That's a great time to wake up.
And I will, I'll exercise in some way, shape, or form at that point.
Yeah.
Just a good way to clear your head. Sometimes I'll do some reading, not related to work. And I won't touch my phone until I'm ready to go to work, which is usually around 7 o'clock, which is when I start bringing my kids to school and whatnot.
People haven't even woken up at that time.
No,
You know?
no, but there's something to be said for getting up and just getting your day started because,
Agreed.
the last thing you want to be, there's an old sales, right? There's a big joke in the sales world. You roll out of bed and have lunch, and if that's the way you're looking at a sales career.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. So Steve, someone who's lived here in the East Bay for so many years, grew up here, what is different about the East Bay? Why would I want to purchase a home here in the East Bay versus, say, East Greenwich, Warwick, North Kingstown, Newport?
I can't speak to those towns that you mentioned, but here on the East Bay, I've watched through my life Bristol become so revitalized in my 40 years here. I don't even recognize it the way I remembered as a kid. And the downtown area is thriving. Mm-hmm. The town common is a place where kids go and play now. There's a huge network, the Bristol Merchants Association. And I'm watching the same things happening in Warren now that maybe Bristol happened, 20, 25 years ago. At least they started, and we've progressed to this point where Bristol is booming. We're seeing people coming in from New York, LA, Chicago, all over the country, and they're coming in droves. We've spoken about it a lot. It's amazing to watch. Is it hard? Sure. We're watching property values, go through the roof. It's been an adjustment period for some locals. Some people don't deal with change too well. I love it. The more the merrier. I think it's fantastic. And we're watching the same thing happen in Warren right now. Warren is going through unbelievable change and growth, and it's all positive, and the shops are full downtown. Water Street's been revitalized. It's being remade. There's new sidewalks down there. Restaurants are booming. The waterfront's great. It's really fun to watch, and it's really fun to be a part of. I have a network of people that are directly involved in the planning and, in the business, all the merchants associations, and my wife and I, we do our best to take part in as much as we can in Bristol, and I know the Warren businesses are doing the same thing, and I have friends that are super involved in the community there, and we always try to network and bounce stuff off. It's great to watch, and it's great to be a part of. So that brings us over to Barrington. In Barrington, they're consistently the top school district in the state. People flock to Barrington specifically for the school systems. They're always a top 100 school system in the country. Again, waterfront, you go down Nayet, then you have Primrose, you've got 100 Acre Cove, beautiful coastlines where you can kayak and canoe and water ski, and there's all kinds of stuff that you can do. Barrington Town Beach is a great place to go down and spend the day with your family. Shops, the plaza downtown. The communities here are just doing fantastic. But you name it in Barrington, you can find it. So, the East Bay, the three communities are just, they're feeding off each other. Really, it's been amazing to watch over the last 25 years.
So one of my favorite things is, let's just say if you're coming from 195, right? And you could be coming in from Portsmouth too on the other end over the Mount Hope Bridge, but either way you come into the East Bay area, the communities are so well connected, right?
Absolutely.
They really are. And it's one road that basically leads you in. You go, Old County Road in Barrington. Fly all the way through. Now you jump into Warren and you're down Main.
Yep.
And then you're going down further, and then you hit finally the parade route in Bristol. And the East Bay is unlike any other place in Rhode Island because it has those three towns in a row with all Main Street. So Barrington is more of a bedroom community, right? And you've got people, like you said, going there for the schools. You got people going there once in a while for second homes, but a lot of the people live in these beautiful homes in Rumstick Point, Adams Point. There's large lots there. There's water access. There's boating. There's fishing. There's swimming. You can get on your boat, right from a dock, and get to Newport and Jamestown in 10, 15 minutes. You can get to Warwick in 10 minutes. No problem at all. Barrington is just one of the most desirable towns that I've ever seen, and the people that live there absolutely love it. And it's part of the reason why there's not a lot of homes in the market here in the East Bay, and that's going to change. And maybe while someone is watching this video 5 years from now or something, it might be a little bit different.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah, but right now, it's one of the most heavily sought areas in southern New England.
So the current inventory on the East Bay, it's way below average. I believe last I checked there were 20 homes And if you break that down, I think there were 7 or 8 over $1 million. So now you're down to, 11 or 12 under that $1 million range. Active listings, it looks low. But I believe if you go back and you run the numbers for last year, inventory was low all year, but I believe more units sold in the East Bay than the previous year. So the buyers are there. The buyers are definitely there. We're just looking for those sellers, and I know the apprehension for these people is, once I sell my home, where am I going to go? I understand that apprehension, and that's where, you and I come in to try to ease some of that anxiety.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got programs in place for those homeowners. We got contingencies in place, and part of what I love too about Engel Völkers is our global presence, our global team, right? So, being on 5 different continents, 34 countries, 16,000 plus advisors currently with Engel Völkers, and locations in virtually every market where money moves, the feeder markets. We have the ability to service our clients in a whole different way. When you're going to sell a property and when you have to purchase a property, it may be in a whole nother state, maybe in a whole nother country. There's a lot that goes into that, Steve. And I know that was part of your draw with coming to us too, because you have a lot of clients that are either relocating to here or relocating out. So the referral networks that we have built in our building here in Engel Völkers, probably the most connected real estate company, and just a wonderful culture all around where everybody's open to share, they're collaborative, that I've ever seen, really I think is such a huge draw on who we're pulling in. And it's because it's such a benefit for our clients, for our advisors, and all around. It's just an amazing thing to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, the online presence, both on social media and our own, network that Engel Völkers offers us, I was surprised at how involved everybody is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unreal. Steve, let's talk about the proximity to what's close to Barrington, Warren, Bristol. What is close to the East Bay? What do we have to offer here?
So, because of our location, we're 45 minutes to Cape Cod. We're 30 to 35 minutes to Newport Beach. I mean, Newport in the summer, you can't beat it, right? There's regattas, there's beaches, there's festivals,
concerts,
Fort Adams, there's road races, mansions, you can tour the mansions, and then Bristol to Providence, we can get to the Capitol, weekend, no traffic, 20-25 minutes, midweek, half an hour. We can get to the West Bay in 25-30 minutes. We're in a great spot no matter what you do for work, no matter where you work. We're 45-minute to an hour max. We're only an hour to Boston. I went to the airport, Logan Airport. It took me an hour and 10 minutes to get there not long ago.
Yeah.
We're in a good spot. I love it here on the East Bay. People that don't live on the East Bay are trying to come to the East Bay, there's a reason.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Good stuff. Close proximity to everything. The schools are fantastic. And where else can you get so much waterfront, so much oceanfront? I mean, Rhode Island altogether, we've got about 440 miles of oceanfront, which is absolutely insane for the smallest state. When you look at a place like New Hampshire, which is a lot larger, and they've got, 18 miles of oceanfront? It's kind of crazy to think like that. And our water is nowhere near as cold as Maine, even though Maine is absolutely gorgeous. It really is. But we got sandy beaches. You go down more south in Connecticut, or I should say west in Connecticut, and the beaches are a little bit more rocky. We have really nice clean water out here, and the beaches, like I said, are second to none. They're the best in New England, some of the best in America, and we have some of the best culinary experience that you'll ever have because of the so many diverse people that come here. And we are literally we used to be a stopping ground between New York City and Boston. So Rhode Island has been built up on hospitality, and it's almost like when you come here, you got the southern hospitality of New England. It's unbelievable. So East Bay has so much to offer, and it's thriving and growing, and we are too here at Engel Völkers. Thanks so much, man.
Thanks.
Hey, when you want to learn more about Engel Völkers as a buyer, a seller, somebody who may want to relocate here to Rhode Island or a million other wonderful places around the world, or even more about East Bay and Steve, visit evrealestate.com.